Previously on Roleplay Radio.
They are not just spies. The Oriq are assassins, infiltrators, radicals who wish to bring the world back to chaos.
Oh, the whole world. I only read they wanted to destroy the school.
They do. Since the end of the Blood Wars, they have been active, except many people do not accept facts. They wish to turn the other way and pretend nothing is happening, but it is happening. One person had a theory.
If you say it's Rose, I swear I'm going to throw something. I've heard her name like 12 times since I've been here.
Well,
It's very mysterious.
That's because she's very talented.
Something about books, something about, the books might still be around, you could be sucked into one.
A friend of ours tried to dissect that spell, Dean Imbran. He discovered the secret. Aurora, inside now.
If she starts to walk away, then Gary's gonna stop her and just be like, do you want to go inside?
No.
Well, then fuck him. You're an adult.
What did you just say, boy? And immediately you just feel a vroom as this net wraps around you, catches you, and scoops you right up, and you're left dangling there from a tree. Something happened on the night of the owlbear attack, involving a cocoon.
Shmuel's gonna very nonchalantly walk over there.
Not so sure what you guys are worried about. This it looks alright. Let's give him a few kick checks.
Mirsha, can you take care of the cocoon? Bring it to my cottage. Should be safe there. During the following week, very mysteriously one day, for History of Magic, Professor Mirsha is later than usual. 5 minutes past, 10 minutes past. I know Griff likes keeping track of time because Griff is like...
His back wall's going.
Yeah. After a certain amount of time, you're allowed to leave. That time passes. And Professor Mirsha, even though he's always late, it's never this late. This is rare. And eventually a clockwork servant, I don't know if Griff does try to leave, but...
Starting to slowly pack up.
Clockwork servant rolls into the room, addresses the entire room. Professor Mirsha is not joining today. We have a replacement for the day. Please welcome substitute history teacher, Shmuel. And in walks a little satyr professor.
Because Mirsha is so tall and Shmuel is not, you only see maybe the top half of his head going past the desk and stuff, and you're the clop of his hoofs.
Mm-hmm.
Hey everyone, it's me, Shmuel. You probably saw me the other day in your other classes. I'm here every day, part-time, for every class.
Do you need me to stay for assistance?
Do we want him to stay, everybody?
That kind of seems like your call.
Yeah, democracy. Want to take a seat?
He's next to the chalkboard with a chalk in hand, ready to write down notes.
Never seen one of them sit before. This is great. Okay, take dictation.
He writes
It sounds
dictation.
more like
So, where'd you all lead off?
he's probably gonna look at the desk to see if there's some material. It says 16th to 6th.
This is fresh after the Blood Age ends and civilization starts anew and Strixhaven is founded.
Yeah, what he said.
Pretty easy stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty easy stuff. Yeah.
All of this is on our world anvil. We have a
It's all
timeline.
there, right in the student portal world anvil. Yeah, a lot of students put up their artwork, a little bit of their, creative things, and maybe you all could put some things there.
I haven't walked through the student portal before. Is it good?
Yes, you all know what you gotta do in here, so I'm gonna take a nap. Why don't you read the books and, wake me if you have any questions.
I don't have any
It's
books.
the gray-haired man in the back.
It's white. But yes.
All right, well,
The gray-haired white man in the back.
No, my hair is white.
the geriatric man
Oh,
in the
sorry,
back.
bro. I didn't know what you meant. So you are told that Professor Shmuel is going to cover this class for the week. You're not giving any information on the whereabouts of Professor Mirsha.
Mistake is leaving to go to the professor's office.
Okay. You find it empty. However, a little more tidy. Actually, a lot more tidy. Pretty much all of the paperwork that you're used to seeing lying around his office is not there anymore.
What about in the little hidey hole that we crawled into before?
You find the hidey hole, and a lot of those crates are still there, but no sign of them.
What about Professor Khan's office?
Okay. Can you roll an investigation check for this office first?
Oh yeah. That's 17 plus, I think, 6.
Damn. I mean, why would I bother making you roll? You always get this. You have a very keen eye. Among the things that are missing, you're very used to seeing, at this point, his rival collection. The next volume that he's yet to loan you is missing from the formation.
And it makes you irrationally angry that that's the one thing he took with him was the book that you wanted to read.
Not really.
Kills
It's more like a message. Yeah.
Professor Khan is there, but he's packing. You kind of startle him. I don't know if you knock or you...
Yeah. Whether doors open or closed, Mistake will knock either on the door or on the door frame.
Yeah. It's like, hey there, Mistake. What can I do for you?
You heading on a trip, Professor?
Yes. Briefly, I will return for class potentially next week.
The same sort of trip as the other professor?
Different whereabouts, but fear not. We will continue the lessons if that's what you are here for. We actually will go down to Pillar Drop, escorted by Dragon Scar, but not till next week.
Right. Interesting to be taking a vacation so soon after winter break.
Well, sometimes it's the stress of being in the education system. It's a lot.
And certainly no other events ongoing have had any effect on that stress, I'm sure.
Certainly not. But perhaps, if that were the case, you might, Mistake, you are good at finding answers in books. You will find your answer in books again. And he puts a hand over his lips. His face morphs into a frown. He's just like, Mistake, just look after yourself and your friends. Please. That's all. And he walks away.
Mistake kind of mutters under her breath. Be nice to know what I'm looking out for. And she returns to all the rival books and starts like scanning through for like, is there a note in any of these? Are these the books I'm supposed to be looking for? Because she's really not sure.
Yeah. I'll use the same roll as before. I mean, you peruse them very well, but you don't find any notes. You just, like, once again, like, it's very noticeable that one book is missing. And it's not the one that you borrowed.
Yeah.
Like, it's the next one.
Yeah.
That evening. You're all at the Croc Tower.
Shelley looks depressed because he can't find Cat. Continue.
Yeah, that's still ongoing. 4. Who's in the 4th floor? Is it Kos? I think it's Kos.
I think that is cost.
Kos gets a knock on their window. And it's Lalo, the monkey.
Kos will go over to the window. Oh. Well, I missed you too, Lalo. Where's... I can't speak to you. Give me a second. Let me go find the translator.
Shelley? Yes, Cos?
I'm sitting on the stairs, depressed.
Shelley, could you help me Are you okay?
I can't find Wallow. Kitty?
Oh, right, another name.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. Just, I was hoping you could be able to translate for Lalo here.
Lalo's very squirmy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shelley will hold out their arm.
Can you do an animal handling check?
It's 19.
Lalo goes over. You also, Kos, you would have felt, he's like wearing a little backpack, and you felt something blocking in the backpack. So you cast Speak with Animals.
Yeah.
And then slowly morphs into, Chica, no lo vas a creer. Professor Mirsha, he told me to come here, me dijo que viniera para acá, ¿ok? ¿Me entiende?
Sí.
Perfecto. Decile a tus amigos que me enlazara para ahorita, por favor, please.
I understood that one.
Everybody, living room
Yeah.
now.
Shelly's gonna say, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, which means we're gonna be missing the cat.
Yo no sé qué pinche gato estás hablando, pero agarra el escuadrón F. El escuadrón F.
El escuadrón de jefe.
F. Jefe means boss.
Jefes!
I think Lalo gives Mistake the book, as those were his orders. He removes his backpack and lo and behold pulls out Rival Volume 4, was it?
I have no idea.
The next volume.
Yeah.
He hands it to you along with a note.
Takes both.
What did he say?
The note just says lore on it.
Yeah, but what did Lalo say?
Lalo says, mira, aquí está el libro y tienes que leer esta palabra.
He's saying,
Tell her she has to speak the thing, the thing on the I don't know, el papel, la palabra en el papel.
Yep. Can you read that out loud?
The note or the book?
The note.
More?
And as soon as you say that, the book flaps open. The pages immediately start I don't know if you get startled. Roll a dex check.
A 6 plus 4 for dex.
It's rattling and almost falls off of your hands, but you're able to grip it as it's trying to find the right page, and it's just turning as almost as if wind was turning it, but there's no wind in the room. And then it lands on a certain page, and then that page starts glowing. And then from there, you feel the book get heavy all of a sudden, as it literally just spits out a man. The book spits out Professor Mirsha, and he kind of falls face forward. His glasses skitter on the floor and land next to Gary's boots, just like they did on the first day of class. Oh, that was awful.
Mage hands the glasses back.
Thank you. Oh boy, that was something. Hi, hello.
Hello, what? Why were you trapped in a book?
Well, I had to hide.
From whom? Why?
He pulls out, he's surprisingly calm. He pulls out some notes. He's like, do you really have to ask from who?
Captain Dapplewing still?
No.
Or more likely the Oriq.
Yes, can I take a seat?
Sure.
This concerns all of you. Please come close. He lays the notes out on the table. I cannot be seen around school. I already knew that kind of when Jordan was at peril. Somebody's clearly after me, but now it is official. My contacts tell me there's a death sentence on me and my friend Quintorius. And I recently learned, based on certain events that took place at the Birdinghammer Palace, that a certain group called the F Squad is now on that same list. You are all in danger.
They really didn't like us taking out the collector, huh?
Yeah, it seems like.
You're all in grave danger. I have heard word that they are either sending people or sending word to the people that might already be infiltrating Strixhaven to attack you personally. You should all consider not going anywhere alone for the rest of the school year. Maybe even dropping out for the rest of the school year. I don't know.
I'll be fine. Shelly takes out their mask from the unseen and puts it on.
You're very brave, Shelly Shell.
You can't see me.
I can, actually. You're right there.
What are you talking about?
You-
You guys can see me right now?
Whole time.
Yes.
Yep.
What? What's the point of these masks then?
Hide your identity?
Not.
Oh, that's what it means.
I mean, it doesn't work.
We know the Oriq are traveling by book. My friend Dean Imbram discovered the secret, taught it to me. It's very effective and quite a lot of fun. He holds up the rival book. He's like, I relived a lot of these scenes in person. It was even more beautiful.
Die in the book? Do you die in real life?
That's a great question. I don't know. But I don't want to test that theory. I mostly just walked around and eavesdropped and watched the heists in person. It was quite wonderful. But
No spoilers, I haven't read that one yet.
sorry. Yes. As you're saying this, you hear the rest of you just hear the monkey going ooh, ah, ah, but tortuguita, Ahí viene la pinche capitán.
I actually didn't know that one.
The Dapple lady, the Iron lady, she come now.
Oh, is that a problem?
He just runs over to Professor Mirsha and panics. What's going on?
Oh, Captain Dapplewing's coming to say hello.
Oh shit!
What's wrong with that?
She doesn't know I'm hiding.
Why would you be hiding?
Because we just
Why
went over
Oriq?
it.
But why would you be hiding from Dapplewing?
Just get back in the book.
Smart. And he looks at the book and he says, "Lore," and he gets sucked back in with the password.
Mistake just picks up the book and then gets cozy like she was reading it. Actually begins reading it.
I'm going to make a little curtain for Lalo to hide behind.
Griff will answer it.
Surprisingly, it's only Dapplewing. No owls, no Earl, no Dragon's Guard.
Captain.
Hello.
Hey, Captain.
No
Hello, Captain.
owls.
Wasn't an owl kind of night? May I come in?
Sure.
Yes.
You don't really visit us too often, so to what do we owe the pleasure?
Mistake
I
puts
actually-
the book down and surreptitiously is prepared to grab a sword.
Interesting.
Because in Mistake's mind, the only time Dapplewing has been without an owl was when it was the collector. So, Mistake is just sitting there watching very closely.
And Shelly hands the glass of wine over.
She takes it.
Would detect magic be able to detect if somebody was under a disguised self spell?
Technically, no. You need to perceive the illusion first before detect magic works.
Ooh,
like
that's
that.
right.
You can do that. An
Investigate.
intelligence
Yeah.
check.
Yeah, I'm gonna investigate.
I don't think
Hey!
Can I go for insight?
Yeah. She looks concerned, which is rare for Dapplewing. None of you perceive it as an illusion. You don't feel threatened by her.
So what's the matter?
Plenty. I have already thanked you for what you did at the Burning Hammer Gala. But what I didn't say was... You could tell it's difficult for her to say what she's about to say. She's like... I was wrong.
Oh, this is why she didn't bring the owls.
No.
Then why didn't you bring them?
Because
Maybe we listen to what she has to say before we taunt her?
Okay.
I didn't want any of this conversation on the record, that's why. So, I've gotten some news from my contacts. Now, I have a hunch that Professor Mirsha disappeared because he's in hiding.
That would make sense.
And I can't blame him. Apparently, there's a death sentence for him and Professor Kond, and I've heard myself. With a bit of F-squad on the side.
Whose death sentence is this?
An organization of unknown individuals.
You mean the Oriq?
An organization of unknown individuals.
Oriq?
Organization really in question.
Yes, you might say. She doesn't. That just goes over her head.
She's such a bad silver quill.
She hasn't had to be a silver quill in a long time. She's had to be a captain. She'll say, I owe you all an apology. Since the beginning of the school year, I've been nothing but antagonistic to you all. Because I knew that there was somebody trifling with our business here at the school and causing havoc, and, well, I thought it might be all of you. But now, I think that you all were actually just the targets of an unfortunate incident, and then that led to another incident, and another incident, and...
An unfortunate series of events.
Yes, basically.
And we're
Is that a book? I think I read that book.
Yes, and it sounds like this right here is the penultimate peril of our school year.
I've never read a book.
That is concerning, given that you're in school and you're taking
Well, I mean,
exams.
I read the books, I don't ever read one in front to back, you know what I mean?
Long story short, we're all in danger. And if you all hear from Professor Mirsha, well, do tell him that I'm on his side. As much as I haven't really been friendly towards him. I don't hate him. I just want to stop whoever is doing this.
But you know it's not Professor Mirsha, right?
Well, I know now because he's on that list. I do know another thing. There are 2 people that are infiltrating this school. My contacts have reassured me that one of them is a professor. One of them.
We already knew that.
How?
Well, because they knew what happened with the whole Zone of Truth thing, like that day. Had to be someone who was in the room.
Well spotted. What I came to you all here tonight is for help. It's not easy for me to ask for help.
So you said one's a professor. Do you know the other is?
The other's a student.
Any idea which year?
First year. Because they just arrived at the beginning of the year. Now, I will take care of figuring out who in my faculty is an Oriq. Or a person in question.
Right. These official raconteurs in question.
I will find out who is infiltrating my faculty. I know I don't deserve your help, but if you were to help, I need you all to find out who the student is.
Totally willing to help. I mean, maybe you let us take a look at, I'm assuming you have an armory. Maybe we could just, look at, something cooler. Just in case,
That's fair. If we are potentially going to be assassinated, extra protection might
Yeah,
not be
I wouldn't
bad.
mind some armor, proper.
It's very stuffy trying to wear armor under the uniform. I've tried. It's terrible.
And it's hard to look like a squad when we're all kind of looking,
Well, we are wearing the same uniform, so.
Yes, also the same uniform as the entire rest of the first years,
Suppose
which
so.
I am more or less okay with blending in.
What uniform?
What we're saying is we need a wardrobe and some weapons.
I can arrange that.
Oh, I was just curious, if Mistake actually starts reading this book, is it altered at all? Like, is Galvan in the book now? Like, do the words change to say that Galvan is there? If it was a graphic novel, it would make sense that maybe he was just drawn in the background.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily, at most you might get a line of and a stranger watched from a distance or something very vague, but there's no...
And that
the
stranger
book wouldn't know
was
his name.
Professor Mirsha, and he had this exact storyline. Sorry.
Okay, so I know that we might all be thinking it a little bit, so I want to just get out ahead of this. If any of us is the person, you have to let us know, because we're your friends and we're the F Squad and we stick together like that, and we will support you. No. We will support you as best as we can.
Okay, because that really sounded like you were about to support Oriq doings.
If anybody is the person, just raise your hand on the count of 3, 2, 1.
I just Griff raises his hand. I'm not the one. I just wanted to say that.
Should we all do this again except close our eyes?
But one person has to keep their eyes open, otherwise it doesn't really work.
I'll keep my eyes open.
Okay, Shelly, if anybody raises...
No, I think we should watch Shelly because not watching Shelly is exactly how all the food in the tower disappears.
Oh, that's true. Lalo. Where's Lalo?
He's with you.
Do you understand common? I don't know why I asked.
I want to say he's on Mistake's shoulder.
Okay.
Probably at this point she's just going to take out the book and summon the professor again. The same probably would have gone farther into the room to make sure there's enough space for a person to tumble out of a book.
You say the word?
Yeah.
Lore. Once again, the book starts flipping through random pages, lands on a different one this time, and it starts glowing, and out pops the professor. Just kind of rolls onto the floor and hits his face. Oh, it is never pleasant. Hello.
Good news.
Why is your friend over there closing their eyes?
Shelly, we haven't done the eye closing thing yet. You can open your eyes if you want.
They're working
Shelly's
with
gonna raise their hand. Cos, I just want to let you know that if you're the one, I'll support you regardless of if it's right or wrong.
I appreciate that on a certain level, yes.
I think we all understand that Shelley does not have a moral compass.
What?
Exactly.
So Shelley's moral compass is more of a magnet that points to whoever's next to them.
Speaking of moral compass, what did I miss?
Good news is that you're in the clear as far as Dapplewing's concerned. Apparently,
I do not follow.
Dapplewing also got this list.
Oh, so she knows.
Knows that she's on it, yes.
Shelley's gonna take out their list of like hundreds of student signatures and be like, I got a list.
That might be...
How many of those were first years?
Yeah, that's the part we don't know. And how many of those are legible?
That one just looks like a heart with a turtle shell in it.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that's kind
like
of
that
cute.
one. I want to know who they are.
I did not know about the captain.
Oh,
I
good.
only
So
knew
they're
about
at
me and
least...
Quint.
And us, presumably.
And you.
Alright, so either Captain's eyeing or you received a partial list or something weird's going on.
I will have to write the letter immediately.
She also says she's on your side and on our side. There were no owls involved. Really weird.
It was jarring, but I think that she was being genuine.
He starts like fiddling with his ring. Really?
Do you need a drink? And Shelley's gonna hold over a bottle of wine.
I'm okay right now.
It's from Captain Dapplewing.
Yes.
Even less so in that case.
So she brought us there and basically gave us free reign of her armory.
Wow, she has an armory?
See? And Koss is going to, raise up the studded leather that they are now wearing.
Huh. I will have to pay her a visit.
Might not be a terrible idea. Olive branch and all that.
What did she say to you all? Why did she confess this to you all? I thought she hated you.
Well, she was worried about our safety and also her own, and I think she thinks that we can do the best job of finding out who the Oriq infiltrator is.
Is that information you had?
No, but that is excellent news. Well, it looks like Captain Dapplewing might be finally showing her more human side. In a good way.
Still refuses to say the phrase Oriq, which is weird.
At this
We
point,
did
she's
get
in
her to
denial.
say F Squad once.
That is true, yes.
That's growth. Well, I will have a talk with her, and maybe she and I can see eye to eye for a change after all these decades. Did she tell you anything else perhaps about me or my past or anything like that?
Only a small bit.
He pauses just for a brief second and then shrugs it off. Okay, I will return to you all soon, hopefully. I might be in hiding a little longer. Hopefully Dapplewing understands that. She should also, in my opinion, be in hiding. Quintorius.
What good would that do?
Well,
I mean, wouldn't that just let the Oriq take over the school because you aren't here to help?
Exactly.
We could do something with this and get ourselves to proper safety.
What if we put everyone in the book?
That would theoretically stop whatever the plan was, but I don't think it would be easy to convince all those people to go in the book.
a haven. Shelley's right. Now that we know the spell, thanks to the Dean, if we had a book that we enchant for the 5 of you, if ever you needed to get away, that is a haven.
How do we get out?
Exactly my question.
That's a great question. You need someone to speak the word.
We would need a way out while being inside, otherwise we're just trapped.
Plus, don't the Oriq already know the spell? Kind of seems like they could just pick up
Well,
a bunch of
Unless
books
if they don't know the command word, but
Oh, that changes from
You go to the
time to
scriptoria, there are thousands of books. By the time they find the correct one and
Unless
find the
they
correct
just-
password,
burn all the
I've got a
books.
question
well, that's scary.
for, I think Gary, you'll be the one who knows this. Do sending stones work across pocket dimensions?
If the target is in a different plane than you, there's a 5% chance that the message won't arrive.
Won't
What?
arrive.
That's not bad.
So
That is-
95% chance that you can still talk to someone on a sending stone
Those are good odds.
through...
You're good with numbers.
Does it have to be
Thanks.
a book?
Well,
Could we just write a bunch of dirty words on a paper?
I mean, could it be a...
it needs to be an environment, as long as a diary would work, I take it, because
That'd be so creepy.
I'm not saying my
Inside
diary or
someone's
somebody else's, I mean one of
Let's
your
just use a
diaries.
book, but I'm thinking we could just attach the sending stone to the outside of the book.
Can you shout through the sending stone and
then
get
it just-
yourself out of the book?
Exactly.
I
mean,
think so.
That's still a little dangerous because if the sending stone gets knocked away,
Sure.
it also.
I mean, we could try.
I have some of the glue from Dapplewing's place, and we could just put a drop on each book.
Well, before we glue it, we should just kind of see that it works.
Great, let's do that.
Gary's gonna get out the sending stone that he had that had been connected to Lorene, and just another random stone, and then re-enchant those to be new sending stones.
Okay.
So Lorene now just has
a rock.
Damn it, I was about to...
Gary's rock.
and they're just talking into the rock.
That night, Lorene's gonna be like, Gary, I need to open up to you. And then she's talking to me over.
It's fine, Gary's taken
She
anyway.
forgets that sending stones only take 25 words, and she's just going off.
So, someone needs to go back into the book.
Ooh, I've always wanted to do this. I've been curious. Do you want to go?
Why me?
I don't know. You like books.
And it is volume 4 of writing.
Yes, one I've not read yet.
How do you get in the book?
Command word.
You say the command word, flip to the page you want.
Oh,
And jump.
I was curious about one thing. What happens if you say hold?
Hold.
Hold.
I presume nothing, because I was me who enchanted it. with
Okay,
that
I
word.
just wanted to double check that there wasn't a second command word.
No?
Okay, here, give it to me.
Okay.
And I will not spoil anything for you.
I take a stone,
Okay?
and we'll put the other one next to it.
Check, 1, 2.
Just comes out the other end.
Check 1, 2.
Oh, there's some feedback. Just give me a second.
Let me just say, you might feel a bit queasy the first time, but it takes some getting used to. But it's really fun. That's all.
Okay. And then Costa's gonna flip to a random page. Briefly read the page because it's like, ooh, there's some action here. And then you're like, oh, okay, sorry. Lord.
The book begins to glow and vibrate in your hands as you feel this energy just drawing you in, and you essentially, it's like somebody's giving you a huge hug, like all at once, and you get thrown into the book. Would you like to describe what scene this is? 'Cause I don't know.
This is a rival volume, right?
Yep.
What we know about this one so far is that there is a scene at a theater in which Rival is fighting someone on the rafters above.
Yep.
This is somebody who Rival has had a will they, won't they, but also enemies relationship with, and they are currently in the middle of like the scene in like a star-crossed lovers play where the two people on stage are doing like a romantic dance, and in the description is the two of them fighting in a way that completely mirrors the dance on stage.
And the sexual tension.
Yes.
Now, the professors have told you about Rose Pentagar's old books that are just kind of out there, and that she was so talented that you were able to actually interact with the world.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the case, because they haven't cracked that part yet, but everything's in black and white, and it feels very real. It's kind of like they're just doing their thing in the story, and you're allowed to just be there. I imagine it might feel kind of creepy. It's like walking around as a ghost and nobody's acknowledging you.
Say Koss arrives on the rafters, like just like a couple paces away from where this fight is happening. They take a second to take it in, and then just like pop a squat to to watch it better.
At one point, they get too close to you, and you realize, like, instead of bumping into you, they just go through you.
Well, that's neat. I should probably get back before people get concerned. Lore?
Do you want me to roll a d100 to see if it gets through?
Yeah.
So above a 95 or 95 or above, it doesn't go through. Otherwise, or I mean, we could do a
like
5 and below.
1 through 5.
1 through 5 doesn't go through. 99.
I'm glad you changed it around.
Yeah, me too.
So, Koss is only gone for a couple minutes, And you all are able to hear from the sending stone very faintly, Cos's voice eventually saying,
Lord?
and the book once again starts vibrating again and glowing. Cos pops out.
Cos does not faceplant.
Well, that works.
That does work. Oh, wow. At a different time, you need to show me the rest of these books.
Sure. I mean, I'll need to borrow them again.
Anytime, my office is, well, it's there. It might be locked at this point, but you can lockpick it. I give you permission. Lalo, we should go to Dapplewing Manor. And
Wait, before you do, we're all gonna close our eyes and you're gonna tell us if any of us raises our hands. We're not gonna tell you why, though.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Everybody close your eyes. 3, 2, 1.
Shelly's gonna raise their hand and say, "What are we doing again?"
Okay, I think we can pretty safely clear everybody, so, thank you.
Any advice for us to figure out who this person is? I mean, we can't just walk up to people that we've known all year and out of nowhere just ask them how they feel about magical craterocracies.
If I can give any advice, not that it's going to be great given that I'm a very flawed individual and I prefer to hide like a coward. I'm still coming to terms with that, but there's that phrase, keep your friends close, your enemies closer. I think if any student first year is in Oriq, they will have already befriended you, or at least interacted with you. I do not think they would remain a stranger. I think their methods are much sneakier than that.
Do you think they would raise your hand to reveal themselves as an Oriq in a secret team meeting?
No, definitely not.
Shelly's gonna look at you all, give you the sideways glance, and then say, "I think it's Griff."
Griff's lean over. I think it's me too.
Okay. Anything else before I go?
That sounds like it for us. Professor?
Yes.
Really quickly, thank you for, I guess, trusting us with everything throughout the year.
Whatever.
Mistake, would you care to speak outside?
Sure.
Professor Mirsha takes Mistake outdoors for a brief moment. He paces for a bit before he says, I realize I have not been entirely honest with you all year, Mistake. There are many things that I keep secret, and I know that moving forward you are going to hear lots of things about me anyway, so I might as well lay it out there, I guess. When I was,
If it helps, Dapplewing already told us some things, so you can relax a bit.
what did she tell you?
Well, you can say your piece and I'll let you know which pieces I already knew.
Alright. During orientation, when I was a student, there was an incident. Somebody died, and it was my fault. And I have not forgiven myself ever since. You would have learned this eventually, so I'd rather you hear it from me. I'm not proud of my past. Not one bit. I did things to get to where I am, and I've been trying to do better since.
In what way was it your fault?
He and I got into a debate, which led to a scuffle, which led to an attack, which led to an accident. And he reaches into his bag and hands you a newspaper. I'm sorry I didn't tell you before. Like I said, I am not the bravest person. I am quite cowardly. Which is why I guess when I met you, both resented and respected you for your boldness.
For stealing things.
For not being afraid to be who you are. The newspaper he hands you says something along the lines of Redfell native Mirsha Galvan accidentally, in quotation marks, kills Tiefling.
What was the debate about?
That might have to wait. Besides, it's in the past. Is it really important?
Well, it sure seems to matter a whole lot to you.
It does. Let's just say he attacked first. So I did what I had to do.
Yeah, I think I can fill in the blanks here.
Perhaps someday I will tell you the entire story, but I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, sure. You're wrong about a lot of things. Maybe I'll tell you that later.
Aren't we all?
In your opinion, would the Oriq go after anyone not at Strixhaven?
Yes.
Alright.
And she just goes back inside. Keeps the newspaper unless he takes it from her.
No, he lets you have it.
So just a thing for continuity here, because I don't know if Alex remembers this line. Galvan said in his first class that he did not become a mage until his 3rd year. So that means that this accidental death theoretically was without magic. Like, he pushed somebody or bludgeoned somebody.
In my head, I'm picturing this like.
I think Koss is laying out some strategies for getting to talk to as many people as possible. They are recruiting Shelley for this one, basically being like, Shelley, so one thing I've noticed about you is that you're very good at throwing parties. And I think we need to get as many people that we know together at the same time as possible. Just people that we know, not like the entire campus.
Well, you see, I used all of my apples except 12. So, are we thinking of having a party of less than 12?
If we don't have any apples ourselves, then yes.
Yeah, we've got 10 people in the tower.
We know like 5 people outside of the tower.
So that's 15 people including us, and
Damn, I can't believe I gave away all my apples at that picture.
But, alright, so
Painting.
we should make sure that we invite a couple people in specific.
Can we invite Xanther?
Yes, Xanther's gonna be one of them.
Exciting.
We should get Lorene and Rampart and I guess Quintilius.
Should we invite Dapplewing?
No, just first year students.
First year students.
Am I missing somebody? Mistake. Am I missing anybody? Outside of this tower.
Mistake walks into the room and is immediately asked, "Missing what?"
I'm thinking about people that we know who are first years outside
I'm
of this tower.
missing a book.
Green, Xanther,
Jordan.
Jordan,
Yes.
Ricard.
Ricard.
Ricard. Who's that one? The one that's always into the vampire professor.
Oh, Amber.
Amber. Yes, her.
There's also that person.
You think she's capable?
I don't know. I haven't really talked to her that much, but we do know her.
And portraying yourself as incapable is a very good cover. That said, she talked to any of us.
I don't want to invite her.
She has stalked some of us, I think.
was she that weird person that was just in a tree when we went to
Yes,
the
exactly.
campus?
So she might have been surveilling us.
Did she interrupt your date?
No, she did not interrupt my date.
And that would have been the perfect time.
Okay, so this party's not a real party.
Yes, pretty much. It's a working party for us, but we can't let other people know about that, because then they'll know that we're on to them.
Can I still get drunk?
I think if you didn't, then people will know something was up.
Okay, I'll make sure to make some more brew before then.
Gary's gonna go to Griff as the most intimidating of
That tracks.
of all of the F squad.
He's lifting his weights in his room.
Hey, Griff.
You can't hear it because he's really admiring his stuff.
He's pumping some music.
Yeah, it's like he's a maniac.
He's singing along. So Gary knocks louder.
sets down the weights.
Hey, Griff.
Yeah. What's up, Gary?
Are you busy?
Getting in a pump.
I don't know what that means.
I'm lifting weights. You know, part of the club that I never talk about. The weightlifting club.
Cool. Not relevant. Would you come with me to Professor Dean Valentin's office hours?
Why?
Baked him some bread. I also maybe kind of made him very mad at me. So I thought maybe giving him bread would make him less mad at me.
And what do you need old Griff for?
Well, we're not supposed to be going out alone.
Oh, right, buddy system.
Yeah. And you seem intimidating.
Well, I did get a good pump on.
I can smell it.
It'd be a shame not to have anyone see it, so you're right. No.
Okay, so the two of you go to Witherbloom in the middle of the night, and you head straight to...
You can't see in the dark, right?
No.
The
And I didn't
to...
prep any light spells.
There are lanterns along the path.
Yeah.
So, this is fine. Right? It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I wish I wore pants.
Yeah. He's wearing his short shorts.
And his volleyball outfit.
His volleyball outfit, yeah. No.
I take it it's a little itchy. And...
There's like some flies.
Yep.
Does he use his tail to help flick the flies off?
Yes, and sometimes it'll hit Gary. Mind of its own.
Here. Gary blows some mirror dust at Griff, which casts Sanctuary. So for the next minute, any creature who targets Griff has to make a wisdom saving throw, so the mosquitoes can't get him anymore.
Yeah,
Or you can
damn
make
right.
each mosquito roll a wisdom save.
Every time he hits, he like flexes.
The sounds of hundreds of tiny d20s being rolled.
The light is on in the cottage.
Can I say Amber is at office hours? Because I'm pretty sure Amber would spend as much time as she possibly can at these office hours.
I imagine her...
Until Valentin kicks her out.
I imagine like the two of you heading up to the door, and you can hear her from outside because she's that loud.
Wait, but I don't understand question 3.
I've explained it 5 times.
Okay, but if you could just explain it one more time, that would be really helpful.
Miss Amber, I'm getting very impatient.
I thought these were your office hours.
Yes, and you've been here every night this week.
Because I'm really dedicated to this class.
And... Oh, there's a knock. Can you please get it for me?
Yeah, okay. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, great.
Hi.
Just who I was expecting. Miss Amber, we'll have to continue this later, please. This is very important.
They're not even in your class. I've been there. I have not seen either of these two.
No, this is for a work study.
Fine. Oh, Amber. Croc Tower is having a party tomorrow night. You should definitely come.
Yes, Miss Amber, go anywhere but here at night. Thank you.
Croc Tower, that's where his niece lives, right?
That is where my niece lives.
Yeah, okay, I'll be there.
It's weird when you say it like that.
She leaves.
And then he's immediately like, oh, thank you, too. She's been here for 2 hours.
Hi.
Hello. You. And hello, Mr. Browninghammer.
Evening.
I brought you bread.
Bread is junk to me. And he opens it. Oh. Is that what I think it is?
Bread made with blood.
He immediately dives in.
I thought you could have it with your tea, but I guess that works too.
And then he comes up completely clean. Good. Thank you for that. I hadn't had breakfast yet.
That's how Aurora eats as well.
What can I do for you, too?
I may have said some things that were not very nice to you.
Yes, no, you cursed.
You did trap me in a big net.
Did I? Or did you walk backwards and stumble into the net yourself?
No, you pushed me backwards with a spell into the net.
Oh, well, that tends to happen when I get pissed off.
So, I just wanted to apologize for swearing at you.
Apology accepted.
Okay, thank you.
Sit down, Mr. Grigg. And you, Mr. Birmingham, can I offer you tea?
Do I not get tea?
How have you been?
I have been fine. He is taken off guard at the interest that is being taken in him.
He sits across the desk from Gary. I believe perhaps my own behavior might have been unwarranted.
Gary does not say anything.
And he respects that. I care very much for my niece, Mr. Grigg, and her future. The world is a dangerous place. I don't care if you're the type to not look for trouble. Eventually it can find you. And I'm trying to prepare Aurora for that. I want her to be able to take care of herself. Can you take care of yourself?
About as well as the next 19-year-old human.
Yes, exactly my point. The night of the incident, and he looks at Griff, saying, it is my understanding that those goblins were there looking for you, and that you were the one to drag your friends into the mess. And then the unfortunate incident happened.
That is true.
Are you going to do the same with Aurora, with my niece? If trouble finds you again, are you going to run and involve her in your troubles?
I mean, she kind of got involved the last time already.
Can the two of you come with me?
Looks at Griff.
Griff now feels as though they are in the middle of a conversation that he's not supposed to be in.
Which is true.
and Griff just goes, huh? After you.
So they get up to go.
Okay, he takes you on a brief walk, not too far from his cottage, and on the way, he will say, "It has also come to my attention that there is a hit out on you and your friends."
Yes, do you have any more information on that than I do?
Unfortunately not. I was told by my colleague, Mirsha.
Okay.
And that is one of my worries, is that Aurora will jump in and get involved again.
Listen, I think she would do that whether we're dating or not. Kind of...
Don't say that word.
Do you want me to use more explicit words? I don't...
No.
I don't either.
He gives you a death stare, like I swear to God, Gary.
Aurora was, correct me if I'm wrong, Gary, wasn't she the one who kind of started the B Squad of wanting to know the business of everything?
Yes.
So, she kind of does her own thing. So, not even anyone else in our group, the F Squad, could really stop her. So you're kind of putting an unfair expectation out there.
That is fair. I can't really control her actions.
Well, at least they're good actions.
I can at least try to shield her from danger, however. And you realize he's leading you to a cave in the Witherbloom Swamps. It's more like an opening in the earth. And
well, you realize you're taking us to a cave in the Witherbloom Swamps.
Are we going to get murdered?
Come on.
Gary can't see in the dark.
That's true. I cannot.
And to be fair, I don't really want to hold his hand.
He, breaks off a piece of branch off a nearby tree and, blows on it, and fire comes out.
Whoa, that's really cool.
And hands it to you. He turns into a bat and flies into the cave.
Right, I guess we follow.
This is your rodeo, so,
He's both being less mean and also scarier than I expected.
I think on that kind of scale, that just puts him at creepy.
Okay, that might just be his thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You realize then that when he turned into a bat, you heard the flapping of wings, and eventually you stopped hearing it.
So I guess we follow where the bat was going.
It is moist.
Mm-mm.
It is stuffy.
Mm-mm.
There's things dripping from the ceiling on you.
The cave is congested.
Yeah. And it's pretty quiet except for the sound of crickets and maybe rodents. And eventually, you hear chains.
Naturally, just like what just happened, Gary and Griff just like look wide-eyed at each other like, okay, I'll go first.
Okay. Did we tell someone where we were going?
Now that you mention it. Hey, Bart.
Yes, we're sorry. You are somewhere without service.
Oh, that's very horror movie.
Yeah, I
Are
want
you
to say
sticking with that, DM?
Bart's not answering.
Motherfucker.
He has to shower at some point. He has to bathe. He has to nap at some point.
Alright, no, Bart. Okay. We're just gonna be, we're fine.
Alright, we're fine.
We're fine.
Fine.
Griff, you're leading?
Griff is leading, and just in case the torch goes out, he gives his pendant to Gary.
Can you roll a perception check for me?
It's a 3 plus. It's a 2.
Yeah, no, it's too echoey. It's so echoey. The chain sounds kind of rattle. The echoes all around you, so it's hard to tell. You can't tell until you're too close.
Oh no.
And you see the chains anchored to the wall, but the chains leading up, and you hear a faint growl.
Are we here for a reason or for a meal?
Told you he wanted to murder us.
And right at that moment, the growl turns into a loud shriek. A large shadow drops right in front of you, a foot away from Griff's and Gary's faces. It's a fucking mage hunter. And it is, you can smell its stinky breath. It tries to like lash at you, but it is being held back by the chains.
Griff kind of does the soccer mom stop in front of Gary and puts Gary behind him. He does a daunting roar. Just in response.
Condition immunity's frightened. But it's funny.
Can I still look ferocious as fuck?
Sure,
Okay.
absolutely. Professor Valentin appears right behind you, puts a hand on each of your shoulders. Have either of you seen one of these before in your lives?
I've seen the baby larval ones.
Not nearly as frightening as the real thing, huh?
Why are we here?
To show you what the stakes are. These things are real, and the Oriq have won. If the Oriq come and get you, which I hear they will soon. I don't know what methods they will use, but if they use one of these, I don't want my niece involved. Do you understand this?
I was not intending to get Aurora involved in any kind of trouble.
Good. Because I can take one of these things. I don't think she's quite ready, and neither are you two. This thing will kill you in the blink of an eye.
Why are you keeping it alive?
Maybe we can use it too. Who knows?
Doesn't it just hunt mages? Isn't that kind of in its name?
And yet, some of the Oriqs are mages.
How are you keeping it alive?
And he motions to a corner, and you see just a bunch of bones of like all kinds of swamp creatures. You know, snakes, scorpions. You can see like an alligator there, a baby alligator.
No humanoid.
No. Anyway, that is all. I just wanted to show you what the stakes are. Are they clear?
I mean, there's already a hit out on both of us. Kind of seemed pretty high stakes already.
And we already said that we can't control your niece. So we can tell her your wishes, but...
That's all I ask for.
Okay.
Have a good night, you two, and I'm sorry for any unpleasantness. And thank you for the blood bread.
Sure. I'm adding blood specials to the menu at the Bow's End if you ever want
You
to
don't
come around.
say. Oh, you might see me there tomorrow in that case. Not tonight. I'm expecting a visitor from Lorehold. Off you go.
Alright.
Wait, he didn't teach us how to make the books.
I got you. Dean Imbrem is the one who discovered the spell, at least how to do it. So he'll get word to Dean Imbrem, and Dean Imbrem will get you a book. You can choose whatever book you want. You can even make it up, and just
What happens if you
later
do like
this
a
session-
textbook?
That's what I was wondering. Can you go inside a textbook and just use that to study better?
We could use the Lilith transcript.
Oh my god, that's actually
Yes!
so good.
Oh, that's perfect.
So the following day, Dean Imbrem pays a visit. His greeting to you is, Good evening. I have heard someone is in need of an enchantment spell. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us again this week. This episode was recorded in Watertown, Massachusetts, also known as the traditional land of the Pecosset and Nanantum peoples. I'd like to give a huge thank you to all of the talented musicians that helped bring this podcast to life with their amazing music. We've provided a link to their web pages in the description. I would also like to thank our talented players, Tyler Rubin, Amelia Markopoulos, Rin Garnett, Michael Yang, and Nikki Aguilar-Thompson. This story would not be the same without their wonderful creativity. I've been your host and DM, Alex Aguilar-Thompson, and I hope to see you here again next week for another episode of Roleplay Radio.